This is going to be a different kind of video than I normally make. I'm not reacting to his song. And in fact, I haven't necessarily thought out exactly what I want to say or how I want to say it, but I feel like I need to say it. I feel like I have been faking it until I make it, and that feels really difficult. The fact of the matter is, I'm trying really hard how to figure out how to be happy and content with myself. I'm also running into the problem where I have no idea how to do that. I know I can't depend on another person to make me happy. That's a given. That's obvious. But some days I get off of work. I work from home. And I will go to my room and I won't say anything else for the rest of the day because I have nobody to say it to. And I feel weird talking out loud to myself, even though sometimes I do so just so I feel like I actually said something out loud after the hour of 6 p.m. And sometimes I'll call people, but if I'm just being as honest as I can be about it, if I don't reach out to people, people don't talk to me. People don't just reach out. And while a person can't define my happiness, I need to do that. I feel lonely and I feel weird saying that in today's world. I feel like coming out and saying that is like being a little whiny baby and like I should be doing something to address it. But I don't know what to do. As a guy that doesn't smoke or drink anymore, I don't go to bars to make friends anymore like I might have once upon a time. So I, as a practicer of my faith, have been going to church for the last year. But I have found in my experience that it was tremendously easier to make friends in the bar than it has been going to church. And that is not to say anything against my faith or against the church I go to. I think that's just a symptom of a bigger thing that's happening. And I don't know if I necessarily believed that there was a loneliness epidemic until I started working from home in a place that I didn't know anybody. And now I'm sitting here thinking like, what the heck do I do? What do I do? When I was a kid, I heard this song on the movie American Pie by Harvey Danger called Flagpole Sitta. And I recall that song, the singer says, "If you're bored, then you're boring." Hear the voices in my head, I swear to God, it sounds like they're snoring. I have been bored like crazy and spinning my wheels, wanting to do things I told myself I don't do anymore, and trying to figure out what to do. But part of being lonely and kind of down is that like your motivation to go and do things is also diminished. So simple things like playing my instruments or going skateboarding feels daunting. Going out into public feels daunting. And I don't remember being that person. And honestly, I'm kind of having a hard time like disconnecting from it. Throughout my life, I've always been a very motivated person, and whether that motivation was thrown into things like finding a woman to fall in love with me, or dedicating myself to my career, or, eventually getting sober, whatever it was, I was always throwing my whole self into things. And in the last year, I just kind of don't know what to do anymore. Like, I don't know what my goals are. I don't know what it is I want in life. I know I don't want to be alone. I know I don't want to be lonely. I am unsure about doing the job I do forever, but I'd like to think I would. But at the same time, part of that feels a little sad too. So there's this element of what do I do? I know that the quality of my thoughts affect my happiness, and I'm doing everything I can to continue to think positively and to keep myself moving forward. But if I'm just being honest, I'm kind of unhappy, I'm kind of lonely, and I don't know how to fix it. When I start thinking about all of the things that affect being unhappy and lonely and how to untangle that web, it just gets bigger and bigger. It seems that way, and it gets more and more discouraging. Thus, I ask, what do I do? I've spent so much of the last year of my life getting a clear head, and now that I have it, I don't know what to do with it, and I'm going crazy, and I feel like I'm just gonna spin my wheels or fizzle out. How does one figure out what they want in life? How does one escape feeling lonely or unhappy? How does one become content with being alone? It's like I'm at this crossroads where I feel like I'm supposed to be okay being by myself, but then I feel lonely. And it feels like I shouldn't feel lonely if I should be okay being by myself. So where do you reconcile that friggin' line in the sand? I have no clue. But with my clear head, I know this. I don't want to feel this way forever. I do want to figure out how to move past this phase of my life and feel content. And whether that's being content with being alone or content because I have found a community of people that I connect with, I don't care. I need to figure it out. I know in my videos, I do everything I can to be as positive an individual as I can. So again, this is as forthright and candid as I can be with you. But I suppose I say it out loud because I can't imagine I'm the only one that feels this way. And I can't imagine being the only person that's at a place to where I need to do something about it. So I'm saying it publicly that I am going to do what I can to do something about it. And I don't know what that looks like, but I'm going to do what I can to do something about it, because again, it can't stay this way. If you happen to resound with what I have said and you also happen to feel unhappy and lonely, understand that you are not alone. If you are a person that has moved past a phase of life like this, I would love to know what it is that you did that seemed to have gotten you out of your funk. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the positivity you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best, and until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. I love you. Goodbye.